What it do, what it do, what it do, and welcome back to another episode of The Weekly Rundown, your favorite chat show hosted by yours truly, Jer Bear, aka Jeremiah Neal, aka the Pop Culture Maven, aka Miss Bose. Like Khalees, y'all. That's the way that I'm feeling right now. I am all fired up, like those Saturdays. As an Aquarius, sometimes you just gotta get into like that delegator mode. It kind of turns on and off like a light switch. And right now I'm just in my efficient girl era, which I love, and I know you see it. I know you see it. Y'all, if y'all want to know what I'm doing in my free time outside of, I will say it's been really cool to like, I've been going to a lot of like music showcases and stuff like that. But in my downtime, there is no downtime because all it is edit, edit, edit. If I'm not doing this chat show, then it's doing clips about this chat show. I'm also working on a new YouTube show that's about to launch in a couple of weeks. So y'all got to get excited for that. We got Patreon going, building, loving the community over there. Go ahead and become a patron today. Link in the description. But y'all see it. Your girl is turning into a mogul right before your eyes. Okay? Content warrior. But seriously, I'm really loving this momentum that I'm building and we're building together. Honestly, I've dreamt of having the reach that I'm achieving right now on my socials for like the longest time. Honestly, my whole life, just being able to connect with random people from around the world on some of my favorite topics. Like I couldn't have asked for a better outcome of this project. So I'm super forever indebted to y'all. And I really, really hope that y'all have been liking the content that your girl has been cranking out. So thank y'all. I'm so devoted to remaining activated for as long as y'all will have my crazy self. So y'all better get into it, okay? Did any of my listeners, did any of my pop highlights go to Coachella? If so, I need y'all to give a little comment if you're listening on Spotify. Let me know how it was. Do y'all know that in all them years I was in LA, not once did I ever go to Coachella, or I don't even think through Palm Springs. I think I've like driven through it, but I've never just like taken a little vacation over there. Y'all already know I don't be having the best vibe with the crowd. And especially in that Sun Girl is giving very much Hunger Games. It's giving very much District 12 on that ass. Obviously, the people with their little tents and stuff like that. Talk about class and elitism. Go to Coachella and see how divided the world is. So honestly, though, for real, though, unless you are one of those elite people that got the artist pass and you got your villas and stuff like that, that's an experience. I'm sorry if I'm bougie, but I feel like that's an experience that I deserve if I'm going to take a festival route like that. But at the same time, the pop head in me is like, oh my goodness, I'm missing some iconic performances that I would love to see IRL. I would love to see some of these people perform. Shout out to like Becky G. Shout out to Karol G. Becky G and Karol G. I wonder if they thought about that, like their artist names. That girl tried to bite me. But yeah, shout out to them for calling out Ice. I think that's super important. I know that's right. Y'all better speak for y'all people. My girl Sabrina Carpenter, shout out to her. She brought out Madonna. Madonna doing her thing. She said she is going to take the Confessions crown from Usher. These are my confessions. But I'm really excited for this new album. If y'all didn't hear, she's coming out with Confessions on the Dance Floor Part 2. I feel like dance pop Madonna is like the best era for her. She does really well with urban and rhythmic music as well, but I love her dance era. I think she does real well in there. And I love Sabrina, girl. Talk about PR. We about to get into that, but Sabrina said, I'm going to make y'all forget about all my scandals right quick. She said, let me get on the dial, call up a legend to get up in here to make y'all little brains forget about everything that happened just last week, because that's how you know social media and pop culture go, y'all. Things that would have lasted like an eternity, 5 to 6 months, 10 to 20 years ago. Now these scandals just like fade away so quick. It's just so funny to me. But I love the combination of seeing like the legends with like the new age girlies just up there doing their thing. I think that's so cool to see. We talked about that with the Grammys, but I just love to see like the multi-generational vibes of art and performance. I think that's super important for everybody to be interactive and collabing and just doing things. And emphasis on doing things, because Justin Bieber, old lazy self. My boy said, y'all not gonna get one more dance move from me. And in retrospect, watching the show back, I kind of get what he was going for. And I love that he is a pioneer in his particular genre, his particular generation of musicians when it comes to being a YouTube musician. So many other acts have kind of followed suit and been able to blow up their careers. But let's face it, Justin was one of the first. But at the same time, as big of a stage as Coachella is, I do have some expectations for the artists that are booked there to at least have some type of production or at least a strong Wi-Fi signal, girl. Justin looked like he charge. Everything is financed through something else, girl. He looked like none of that is coming out of his own capital, so he just gonna deal with what he get and call it a day, which I love. But it was just so awkward. He had everybody just sitting there like we in lecture hall in college. Oh my gosh. Like, ooh, work out them kinks. Oh my goodness. Get that check, boy. Now, speaking of Coachella acts, there was one very popular girl group that took the stage this year as a 5-piece making their debut without one of their most popular members. Y'all hear from these giggles, and I'm pretty sure that based off of the title, y'all know why we are here and what's going on. But nevertheless, I will say it has been very interesting to observe this whole Katseye saga during like what's supposed to be one of the biggest moments of their lives on one of the biggest stages in our country. And I just have to say it has been a very eerie era for this Manon hiatus. First of all, we already knew that being on the Coachella stage was one of Manon's biggest dreams. So that was like, it was hurting me because I know that having her on that stage would have made the experience way more magical than it already was with OT5. But I can't help but feeling everything feels so jaded. Like I'm looking at the girls' interviews and them promoting stuff. They look so exhausted and worn out and like they have been crying, but they're trying to just push through and try to celebrate a big momentous occasion like this because this is big. It's Coachella, y'all. But I also love that my girl didn't waste no time, y'all, by reclaiming her crown because Manon on weekend 2 was right up there on stage with Pink Panthers.
I know that's right.
And the A&R Elijah and a couple other folks, they was just up there living their best lives and dancing and raving and doing what it do at a festival. Mind you, while Danny was in the audience watching. Awkward. But right, like just me talking about this all seems so jarring because it's like two entities of Katseye. We have OT5 and we have Manon, and there's no real harmony happening amongst the girls, at least from what we can see as consumers and as fans. And all I can say is that it's interesting to watch, and I would love some type of resolve. I don't like feeling like in limbo like this. It feels like they got us just dangling over a cliff, and I'm just like, cut the cord, girl. If you gonna drop us, just do that. In a way, I feel like everybody is getting what they want. Manon really loves this freedom. We can see it on her face. She loves to just be free. She's a wild child. It seems like OT5, Katseye, really enjoys the hunger and the passion of these big performances, even though I will say the Coachella performance wasn't really much of anything new that we haven't seen based off of the tour that they just did in the winter. But I will say, I do feel that Katseye as OT6 is something that could be unstoppable if people just could sit down and think this through. They have the potential to be like that eternal girl group. The girls as a 5-piece, no doubt, are assassins in their field. It's very clear. Laura can sing up and down a scale. It's very clear that all 5 of them girls can dance and be so in sync and they can wear the crazy cool costumes. But do they possess the natural allure to maintain the brand that Manon's Capital has laid the groundwork for? So yeah, this episode, we're going there. We're going to be doing a little love letter to HYBE and GEFFEN. Just a little light message. We got to discuss why the current managerial actions that they're putting into place will be very detrimental for the brand's future. And it's not going to be a good look if they continue to act like such. So yeah, we got to get into this good. I hope y'all ready. Buckle up, girl, because I'm about to go there. All right, first stop, Manon's hiatus announcement. So as a refresher, y'all, right after their Grammys performance for the Best New Artist category, HYBE released a statement saying that Manon was going to be going on hiatus due to some mental health and overall health issues. It kind of sent the fandom into a frenzy. The icons was just losing their minds on every single social media platform, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? Now, right away, Manon hops into her group chat on Weverse, which is like a fandom community chat app that Katseye is very popular on. And she hopped in there talking about that she was fine, which led to even more speculation from the fans that not everybody was on the same page about this hiatus. And that furthermore, it wouldn't be an actual hiatus. It was going to be a permanent removal of Manon from the group. Several creators on YouTube, TikTok have made so many videos about this particular discourse because apparently this isn't HYBE's first time handling public relations when it comes to a band breakup or a member hiatus or anything of that nature. I know a little bit about K-pop. I knew about everything that has been happening with New Jeans, and that has been just like such a hot mess. It's really breaking my heart. But they've had other issues with acts like GEFFEN, From Is 9, Newest, and ENHYPEN. And one could say, oh, well, that's their standards. You can't go up into a Korean hit factory and tell them how to run their machine. That's like us going up to Berry Gordy and being like, oh, well, we don't like how you are styling the Supremes. So we need to have a talk as a fan or as a consumer, which I get is fair because they have their own cultural practices on how they want to do their entertainment in Korea. However, Katseye is signed to HYBE/GEFFEN. So what about GEFFEN? They're a big part of the chaos that we're witnessing right in front of our eyes. And it's very clear that they don't even have all their ducks in a row. They don't even know what to do with their artists. Have y'all not seen how they managed Camila Cabello? Like CXOXO received very minimal promotion, even though it had some quality bangers for once. Hold on, let me stop. Camila has had some quality singles over the years. However, if there was an album that should have gotten promotion and it should have gotten the push, it should have been this most recent one. But GEFFEN ain't do a damn thing. From how I know how the industry works, especially at management agencies like such, there's always only a few particular individuals that are calling the shots and running the shows and maintaining the status quo. And based off of their experience of working in this industry for as long as they have, I don't understand why they continue to align with such terrible public relation practices. Like none of this that we're observing is crazy. There is so much potential with the Katseye brand, but they're trying to utilize and validate all of this negative press that we're seeing as like record-breaking engagement because they're all up in the Google searches and stuff like that. And they don't look at engagement as like positive or negative. They just remove the emotion from it and look at these numbers and they're like, oh, these numbers are the best. We haven't seen that many views on a YouTube video. Or we haven't seen that many streams on a song, etc. But in my opinion, I don't feel like all press is good press. Sometimes the negative stuff needs to be talked about or it needs to be addressed. And furthermore, the reason why the engagement is so high is because everybody wants to talk about the nonsense that we are observing. The fact that Manon is absent and the fact that nobody wants to talk about the elephant in the room. It's not because there's some big spectacle of splendor that everyone is enjoying like the Gap campaign was. This is just not a way to run business. Like it doesn't matter. Y'all had literally, I just brought it up, the magic. You have the sauce in the palm of your hand and you're letting it slip through your fingers like sand. You just cannot have like crazy shit like this just explode and then expect the general public to be like, oh, we're just supposed to buy this and eat this up with no regard. Y'all want to have us so involved. Y'all want to have polls. Y'all want us to engage in every single post. You want all of this stuff, but then you can't even extend a quality message to the fandom. Like they could have at least given us like a sit down talk. They had that weird ass reunion thing on Netflix. They could at least did a little YouTube video having a sit down talk, a heart to heart message, something that's filled with just, like I said, a little bit more candor, but it's very clear that they love to thrive off of the drama. The way they even marketed Dream Academy documentary on Netflix shows you like they thrive off of the messiness of the group and not the talent or the sisterhood that they try to market in the imagery. And for me, the only way to solve something like this is to solve it from within. Somebody from within the walls, from within the establishment has got to wake up. They've got to get this message clear through their head, especially if they're trying to blend so much into the Western world. These are the things that they have to listen to, or it's not going to be sustaining. It's not going to be long-lasting capital. They're trying to break into the American market and compete with our dogs. Yes, they have the revenue, but we're talking about longevity. Some of our great legacy acts like the SWBs and stuff like that, these people have been touring for 30, 40 years to international markets. And this should be the objective of what they're trying to do with the Katseye brand, not this whole short-term TikTok, fast-paced, in one ear and out the other movement that's going on. This is the fastest way to make a music brand and a musical act become forgettable. We have evolved so much as a species, especially when it comes to like human emotion, and people are putting everything that you're feeding to them through their brains. It's not like the old days where people just would be like, oh, okay, you know, our idols are going through it, but we're not going to say anything. They say the stuff. So like I said, give us that sit down talk, have that heart to heart message, do something with a little bit more grace. This is just so short term, and investors do not like that. I'm pretty sure the investors at Coachella or the other brands that they were working with were not very happy to know that Manon was not participating in these festivities, knowing that she drives at least 35% of the overall engagement for the brand. Please stop being deceived, HYBE and GEFFEN. Like, let's wake up our eyes. Y'all know what's tea. And also stop engagement farming for negative press. Thinking that, again, that translates to long-term equity, because it don't. Y'all about to have Katseye on the list of forgotten acts in about 2 years if y'all keep this up. Because let's face it, the music that they're recording and releasing is nothing that is long-lasting. I do not see Pinky Up as being like the Macarena in 20 years. Let's just keep it real, y'all. Speaking of Pinky Pinky up, we need to talk about this new single, y'all. So a few weeks ago, the remaining members of Katseye, they released a music video to this new song. If we want to talk positives, the track is supposedly supposed to be their highest debut on Billboard. It's expected to debut at number 28, which is super dope because let's face it, we definitely need more girl groups on the charts. However, I'm not even going to talk about the actual art. I already said enough about how I don't think Katseye makes quality music. They make fast food generated AI type music, but maybe again, we're not the type of demographic that they're looking for. But again, I like my girl groups that do harmonies and they got 6 members. It would be nice to at least hear a 3-part harmony. But nevertheless, we're not talking about the art. I must say, I am not a fan of the fact that y'all re-recorded the song and reshot the music video. In the behind the scenes for the music video, they let a clip slip where it showed the camera marker and it showed the date of when they did the video shoot, which was on February 22nd, which was 2 weeks after Manon's hiatus announcement. Furthermore, y'all let Nylon magazine run their campaign featuring OT6 in the interview with the same looks that were from the original music video. So you see why people feel slighted, you know what I mean? You see why the messaging is so inconsistent and is giving mixed signals. Like, there is no way to get out of the visual of how messy this looks. And furthermore, there are also other ways to reprimand your employees in private without messing up the illusion of the sisterhood of the brand. What was upsetting me and my homegirls the most was that they had the nerve to be doing the Pinky Up choreography with this Filipino influencer. And so I finally got to see what this would have looked like with 6 members. And it looks so much more cool, fun, and on purpose. So this is exactly what we would have gotten hadn't HYBE and GEFFEN not been such haters. But it'd be little stuff like that, baiting us, teasing us, knowing that everybody wants Manon's return or they want that type of particular essence, which is undeniable and it cannot be duplicated or replicated. No matter how much y'all try to darken Daniela or Sophia or give Daniela that curly hair, she's never going to be Manon. She's going to be Daniela. She got her own swag, hot, sexy Latin mommy. Like, it's her own vibe. But again, that's not going to be the vibe that Manon gives. That's not the allure that Manon brings to the group. You can't replicate that. So stop trying to think that you can just cover it up or use just like another crayon for it, because that's not how it works. So like I said, the ladies performed at Coachella weekend 1. It was getting a lot of buzz, and it makes sense that at an event like this where all eyes are on you and everyone's paying attention, you want to make big announcements because it's just a great place to do so. The ladies randomly decided to announce that they're going to be releasing another EP, their 3rd EP, no album, but their 3rd EP called Wild this August in 4 months. Please make this make sense, y'all. Every damn day. You can go to any Katseye post and every single day, all you gonna see in the comments, the only thing that people want to know is what's going on with Manon. What are the true facts about this hiatus? These folks are just not accepting that message, the initial message that HYBE put out. They're demanding more, and yet HYBE and GEFFEN refuse to acknowledge this huge elephant in the room. It's just so crazy to me. Like, why would you want to be promoting a new EP when we haven't even finished up the homework that we're currently dealing with right now in this current semester? You know what I mean? Unless you're just trying to condition us to accept that this is the lineup that you want as a group. What we see in front of our eyes is what you want the brand to be. And so they want this just forced moving on moment to happen. And my intuition was definitely confirmed because the girlies released like a special CD deluxe version of the EP where if you order an individual CD booklet, it comes with one random member's booklet. And when they number the booklets, they number them with 5 options, not 6.
You a lie.
This is what I'm talking about. Stop playing in our faces. We just spent a month of y'all avoiding just a simple confirmation about what's going on. 6 weeks to be exact. And instead of just being upfront about it, y'all are continuing along with the train and you have the wheels of the train falling off. The engine is about to blow up and half of your spectators are already throwing tomatoes all at y'all windows. Like, has anybody from the team ever heard of crowd control? You have to get people in your favor in order to continue on your business. Public relations, hell, even a social media manager intern would at least have cooked up something just based off the anxiety in their stomach alone about how the world is perceiving this big mega brand. And like I mentioned, especially with the brand deals that the girls have contracted, these people want 6 members. This is no shade to the other 5 girls. They're beautiful, they're wonderful, etc. But these people, when they're paying this $100,000 to each of these girls to appear in these magazines. They want OT6. And when you're not delivering on what your promises are, that's just messy. Speaking of messy, we got a crown. Let's crown the queen of messy, y'all. And her name is Missy. How ironic, how close in spelling. Who apparently got a promotion. I know I keep saying, please make this make sense, but really, can we please make this make sense? Like, this is how you know the world is truly wicked. It's the people that cause the most hate and the most division. They're always the ones that be getting placed into these positions of power. Like, you can see it in our government, the politics, etc. But to see it firsthand is something that's supposed to be super sacred, which is totally not the truth, but something sacred in my eyes, like the music industry, is just super annoying. And kind of reiterating my points from before, the thing with Missy is she's not even a part of the HYBE team. She's a part of the GEFFEN team, which is a representation of American culture. So this just goes to show y'all that capitalism is officially running everything. It supersedes natural and raw talent all the way, and they disregard heart altogether. Girl, I truly don't care how efficient you are at your job. Like, if you lack compassion and candor, your heart will turn to stone and you will suffer from it later on. Our bodies have a weird way of holding on and internalizing random energies like such, and especially raggedy ones like what she emits. And if it doesn't manifest in her, it's definitely going to be passed down through the bloodline like the Zeronis from Holes. So my overall message to Miss Missy's old gutter butt self is, your envy will be the death of your soul and your spirit. It's very obvious that this nastiness flows through your veins. It's almost second nature to you to wreak havoc and to throw shade towards young women that you claim you want to be a big sister to and you want to be a mentor to, using very cutthroat language and just negative ways of lifting them up, quote unquote. I watch you. You know very well how Manon can just walk into a room and command all the energy, command all the attention with little to no industry experience. Meanwhile, you probably chase that artist and that creative dream life your whole life. I know your type. You probably was one of them little competition dancers that have been in dance classes since the age of 2 years old. You probably had the mean, nasty dance teachers that used to bully their students. You probably also had mean siblings or other family members that did the same thing to you. And now what you're trying to do is pass along that negative energy through the way that you manage the girls. This is an absolutely unhealthy outlook, and it scorns the heart like a Horcrux curse. And most of all, it truly exposes how absolutely sinister your mentality is. I mean this, girl. I truly pray that one day you'll wake up and see the damage you are causing in real time. The microaggressions, the passiveness, all that hate that you have towards Manon and her starlight, her star power. It's all so noticeable. And I think that's the funniest part. You think that nobody can see how much you like despise this girl. We all can see it. Someone needs to just give Missy just a little shake, a little wake up call. I'm not saying get physically violent, but wear a charade, a little tug on the wig. You know what I mean? She got to learn how to stop messing with the legacy that could have potentially inherited the power, the momentum of what hasn't been seen since like the Spice Girls. Like, they could have been taking that torch from such a legendary brand and band and taking it to new heights. It's people like you that always just want to mess up the thing. And as a consumer, I'm just getting absolutely tired of it. Like, please just fall back. Go hang out with your kid. Go do some breath work, some yoga. Maybe you go teach some dance classes at Millennium or something like that. But managing a Western girl group is just not a part of your calling, sweetheart. Please stop messing with greatness just because you want to have an attitude. Like, that's the biggest thing. We all know people like a Missy. It's always that one girl that just want to be around and be angry and have an attitude just because. They think it's like so like deeply poetic, but it's like very surface level on how they move throughout the world and also very predictable. You will never be a member of Katseye. So you can be besties all you want with Daniela, okay? But you're not going to be 19 again. So stop living in that headspace, you know what I mean? You got the chance to be a reliable, a dependable manager to these girls, and you just taking that for granted. Even if you hated these girls, if you really wanted to make like a difference, we got to work on changing these long hour rehearsal schedules and these unnecessary 1 a.m. call times. We got to work on giving the girls a schedule where they can actually breathe so they can feel like they're maximizing their artistry and that they will actually be here from 5 to 10 years from now, instead of half of them falling off one by one because of exhaustion and mental health and injuries. Because let's be clear, Manon is not the only one that's going through all these crazy feelings of exhaustion and fatigue. The other girls are also feeling this way as well, but they're on mute because that's what they have been trained to do. In my opinion, this outlook is very wrong. And to anyone that is listening and thinks, oh, well, that's just how it goes, that's just the music industry, well, you're also a part of the problem. And you can go kick rocks with Missy. So grow up and stop ruining these girls' lives and stop harming the potential of the legacy of this brand. You dig? But yeah, y'all, overall, I know my girl, we've already talked about this. My girl Manon is going to be just fine. I really see her doing either like lifestyle content, like vlogs on YouTube, kind of like Alandria is doing. I feel like they have a very similar energy where they can, again, walk into a room and command a presence no matter what they're doing. But I also see my girl doing some acting. It will be cool for her. She also would be a fun act to possibly go on tour with Leanne, maybe even Normani. I don't know. Maybe an all-girls tour, Chloe and Halle. I don't know. Just something fun. But I just would love my girl to have some type of peace instead of having to go through this whirlwind, this tornado of chaos that HYBE and GEFFEN is throwing at us. And we're just supposed to digest it. We're supposed to just pinky up. No, girl, pinky down at this point because it's all over the place. And I'm not giving y'all another dime, another stream, another dollar until y'all make right of this situation. Stop playing with your employees, especially the black ones. Okay, we done already been through enough and truly give the people what they want. Like, I know y'all sit there and look at the engagement that you got from that Gap campaign. I know y'all sit there and think about this every single day. How can we get to new heights like that? And I seen y'all. I knew they was doing this, y'all, because when they did that Gabriella dance video, they were testing to see if they could get good numbers as OT5 without Manon. The same thing they did with the Mama Awards performance to prove that, oh, well, without Manon's presence, they can still get engagement. We can still get the likes. We can still get the high views. Okay, I'm sure you still can. But think about with Manon, what you are getting. And that energy supersedes everything that I just named. That is priceless. Now I finally understand what them damn MasterCard commercials are talking about. Happy y'all probably don't even understand that reference because I'm an old head now. That's so weird to me, y'all. Half the reason I'm sitting here arguing and doing all these cuss outs and stuff like that. And that's so funny because the other people that are in this fandom are like half my age. Oh my God. But this is why I do what I do. This is why I am the pop culture maven, because somebody got to be in here steering ship and helping guide and mold these consumers to let these corporations know that, no, we are the ones in control and you listen to what we want and we control the demand. But we got to have our standards high, y'all. We can't let them just be bamboozling us and their clientele because it's a lose-lose for everybody at the end of the day, except for them. They running away with everybody money. So if that's the case, then y'all need to give me exactly what we ordered, okay? Speaking of y'all, I gotta go get this ding, y'all. What should I have? Can I have a burger? I think I deserve a burger. I think y'all deserve possibly another Bravo episode. Should we give y'all that Bravo or should we wait until Atlanta simmers up a little bit? I don't know, because these Real Housewives of Rhode Island, y'all, they're giving the girls what we need. So stay tuned to these future episodes. I hope y'all have been enjoying the guests that have been appearing up on here. But yeah, we doing our damn thing, y'all. I know y'all see Jer Bear. I know y'all see me doing what needs to be done. And I hope y'all have been enjoying everything that I have been releasing over the last couple of months. But just know that it's only going to go up from here. And I can't wait for y'all to see what drops next. Like I said, go ahead and become a patron today. Link in the description. I've been posting a lot of unfiltered content on there and it's just been so fun to just be free and be me. So that's something that y'all should definitely be able to get to witness. So go check that out. And yeah, let's send some love and prayers and thoughts and just good positive vibes to everybody a part of Katseye. Like, because at the end of the day, I do want to see OT6 win. It's OT6 or nothing, y'all, at this point. So let's just pray for the best and we'll see what this outcome brings us. But y'all know I'm always going to be on radar. I'm going to be making sure all my pop heads and my pop-holics have the accurate and true tea out there in the field of this pop economy. Okay. I love y'all down dearly and thank y'all so much for giving up your time, your precious time to come over here and chill with your girl. Make sure to share this episode with a friend that you know loves Katseye or loves a good dissection of what's going on in popular culture. And make sure to go listen to some other episodes if you haven't already, because I got quite a plethora for y'all to go deep dive into. So yeah, I'll chat with y'all next week. I love y'all down. Have a beautiful week, y'all. Chat soon. Holla.